If chemicals in the brain can change behavior, does that mean they also dictate a person's character and temperament? What are the processes up here that produce an angry young man, for instance, that can land someone in a jail like this, and not just once, but repeatedly? Some now argue that the roots of violence and aggression can be traced both to an individual's path in life and his brain chemistry. Early experience can change the brain's chemistry for life. What we go through when we're very young creates a permanent template for mood and personality. For example, too much stress in children can lead to permanently low levels of serotonin and high levels of noradrenaline, a combination associated with aggression. The result, a molecule cocktail waiting to explode.
At the Medical College of Pennsylvania, a program is underway to treat the biological roots of aggression.
And here's a pen.
Psychiatrist Emil Coccaro heads the program. Dr. Coccaro has focused his career on researching the causes of violent behavior.
Well, people think of behavior largely as being something that's determined by how one grows up, how their parents treat them, things that happen to them in life. And that's certainly a very important part of behavior, that sort of developmental kind of thing. But the fact is that we are biological organisms, and our brain is a biological organ, and it works through sending chemical messages back and forth between various neurons. Okay. Just relax. It's just bloody.
Dr. Coccaro has found a remarkable correlation between low levels of serotonin and aggression. He's had some success treating patients with fluoxetine, commonly called Prozac, which increases serotonin activity in the brain.
Serotonin usually acts as an inhibitor on other neurons. So it tends to act as a braking mechanism for other systems in the brain. So if you are in your environment and you are stimulated by something, somebody says something nasty to you, or somebody's trying to do something to you, someone's provoking you in some way, then the norepinephrine system and the dopamine system are called into action, and they stimulate behavior. If the serotonin system is low, in addition to that, then the likelihood that you are going to use aggressive behavior is much greater because the brakes are low.
Dr. Coccaro's patients cover a wide range. Some are physically violent. Others, such as Larry Mitchell, are unable to control their verbal rages. Mr. Mitchell's long history of having a short fuse was getting him into trouble, personally and professionally. He came to the clinic looking for a way to control his behavior.
Well, I think the one that really was the straw that broke the camel's back was in Philadelphia. I was out at a traffic light, and someone pulled out right through a red light, and there I was with my steering wheel hollering at him, and saying every word I could possibly think of. And I was caught myself, and then I heard on the radio this advertisement about a training program, and I frankly parked the car right there and went over to the phone and called the number.
On the surface, Mr. Mitchell seemed a great success, an environmental engineer with his own thriving business. But inside, something wasn't working right, and it threatened to shatter the relationships he had carefully cultivated over the years.
In fact, I know I lost a customer one time. They did something wrong, and I just got carried away and started verbally hollering at them. I was irritated, and it lost me a project. So yes, there are some consequences. The main thing is the loss of the love of the children and family. That was the one that had the greatest impact on me.
Within just a few weeks of taking Prozac, Mr. Mitchell's impulsive and angry outbursts stopped. He began to repair his damaged relationships.
My kids kind of look at me and saying, "Why am I not so grumpy?" And it's kind of a joke because we've gone through a much greater bonding. I know it's great for me, and I enjoy being with them, and I know they enjoy being with me. And my wife sees a big shift in my attitude, not being always so grumpy or irritated. People at work, I think, were the first people to notice. I had a secretary that just couldn't figure what was going on, why I was so peaceful. And she remarked, "I don't know what you're doing, but continue doing it."
Prozac, originally marketed as an antidepressant, today is being targeted for a variety of mood disorders, including aggression. Prozac doesn't change personality so much as it modifies
what we're really
behavior.
doing is we're correcting an imbalance that's been there for so long. People who are aggressive, for example, who we give fluoxetine to, who become less aggressive, their personality hasn't really been changed. We've treated their tendency to be aggressive. We suppress their ability to respond aggressively. That doesn't mean they can't. If you provoke them enough, they will still respond. But the things that used to get them hot under the collar or angry before just don't get them angry anymore.
I'm still the same me. As I might think of myself, the only thing that's occurring is a slowdown in reaction time. I still get angry, but there's a big difference in how I'm showing up to that anger and reacting to the anger. I found out there's a delay now, and I can actually choose how I want to react, as opposed to allowing the incident to carry my reaction on.
Prozac is not the panacea for the 21st century, and its use is still hotly debated. Dr. Cuccaro stresses that the drug's applications are limited and highly dependent on the individual patient.
The thing that I always tell people is that aggression is multi-determined. There are a number of things that go into it, and there's more than enough room for psychobiologists and sociologists and psychologists in treating this problem. Certainly, if there are overwhelming social conditions that are horrible, that are going to make life very difficult for people, that's going to make it very hard for medications to do much. It might help a little bit, but you need to attack the problem from multiple